Hello. Did you know that you have an aspect of you that is the inner child? You may have heard of this term before. It's often used in field of therapy and personal development and even spiritual work. The inner child is a part of us that we often have neglected. We've turned our backs on in this world of achieving and producing and doing. We have not even given a moment's thought to this wounded aspect. It's usually a wounded aspect of ourselves that is asking for attention. And we often put ourselves in circumstances and situations where the inner child really has a chance to be healed, but we just don't see it. We end up acting out or being overly emotional and not realizing that's just the inner child that wants to come out and be seen and heard, possibly for the first time ever. So within our adult relationships, we have caught ourselves often with this kind of fight with our inner child. Sometimes we might throw a tantrum that came out of nowhere with our boss or our employees or our colleagues, or act out in an argument, or sometimes run to a space of quiet so we can cry and bawl our eyes out and feel like a victim. But you probably don't realize this is our inner child coming out to assert themselves and try to get a long time unmet need met. Of course, without realizing this, we end up getting more direction of pain, anger, and hurt pushed down. And this perpetuates this cycle and keeps you stuck in immature and unhealthy reactions and responses to our relationships. So our inner child represents our childlike capacity for innocence and wonder and awe and joy and sensitivity and playfulness. Yes, but she or he also holds our accumulated childhood hurts, our traumas, our fears, and our anger. So as adults, we've been taught to stifle or even kill the inner child. But you are unwittingly being constantly influenced or even covertly controlled by this unconscious inner child. Usually it's not your adult self directing your life, but rather an emotionally wounded inner child inhabiting an adult body. So when we're learning to heal ourselves and our lack of self-love and self-worth and self-esteem, we need to go straight to healing our inner child first. So as you probably have guessed, you can't go back in time to heal that inner child, but can you? So in NLP, we do such a thing. And we go back and we meet the unmet need, the unresolved needs of our inner child. So our mind doesn't recognize the difference between something real or something imagined in the mind's eye. It still will react in the same way, physiologically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. So we can actually go back in time within our mind's eye and take a fresh look at the first events that occurred to create an unhappy, fragmented inner child that's still haunting us today, whether it be positive or negative. So I do check out my other video about future pacing for anxiety. This is an incredibly powerful NLP technique that allows you to travel forward in time to create the best case scenario of something that you currently are worried about that's causing you anxiety. But likewise, you can also travel back in time and change the memory of a painful event. And this will radically shift your trajectory of where you've been since that first event took place. So you'll see that your perception of reality has shifted. The meaning has shifted. And when you change a past experience in your mind's eye, this is what happens. And it can powerfully improve your life. So this is how we can go in and heal our inner child's first wounds, creating a different experience for you as an adult today. So you can probably appreciate how powerful this kind of technique is on a neurological level. This is all about changing your automatic subconscious emotions or programs, neutralizing the fear and the pain, and transforming this into wisdom and learning that we can take into our adult relationships and the relationship we have with ourselves. So real self-love is taking the time to do this kind of work, Have a look at my shadow work videos. This is the same kind of thing. So I have a wonderful inner child healing meditation that will take you through this very technique of time-based travel to heal your inner child. So please do check that out. I'll put it in the link in the description video below. So enjoy the experience of seeing your inner child for the very first time. This can be enlightening. This can be very emotional. This can be a healing that you never expected. So this is a courageous journey to be able to look at the parts of you that have been crying out for your attention your whole life. And often that feels like a layer of pain you have to go through, but it's well worth it to find and give the needs that are need to be met by you for your inner child. And when you've finally validated and acknowledged all of these unmet needs, a healing will radically take place. And that's all there is to it. And you'll see your life change. You'll be different. So I hope this has encouraged you to look at inner child work. Please do look at my videos. And if you like these videos, please subscribe. I really appreciate that. Well, have a beautiful day and may you heal that inner child. See ya.